Hey guys, we're gonna redo this because YouTube decided to put my video on shorts and I don't want it on shorts, so we're just outside in sandals and I'm gonna take my sandals off obviously and walk through the snow. Just to show you that the doctors are very confused about my feet because I have no feeling whatsoever in my feet. I've had this for many years, and so yeah. The reason why I'm doing it now is because I got protection underneath my feet because of the amount of snow here. So there's, I don't know, 5 or 6 inches of snow here. And I don't seem to be affected by it. So eventually, over time, if I stood out here, it would probably do permanent damage. I would probably, who knows what? I have no idea. I got no circulation to my feet anyway, so it doesn't matter at this point. Like I've said in the past, I went to the hospital a couple of years ago to do a nerve test on the equipment at the hospital, and my feet did not even register on the equipment. They had the machine maxed out for sensitivity or whatever you want to call it, and yeah, so I could, I don't know, stay out here for a while. It's kind of fun, but so yeah, I didn't want, there's a better video, but anyways, yeah, feels good on the feet anyways. Well, the coolness, I can feel cool, like my feet eventually start to cool down, but they're not, like I'm not panicking right now, obviously, or else I would be running for the door. But yeah, hopefully this video worked this time for not going to shorts. Yeah, and I generally wear sandals throughout the winter, the winter months, but yeah. Alrighty, guys. So, what do you guys do in the winter? Do you walk around in your bare feet? What's going on? We got Dr. Evils. Maybe he knows what's wrong with my feet. We got a doctor in the house. At some point, yeah, I'm just going to leave. So, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, but I think I need to like go somewhere and do some thinking because I could write a book on the way my life goes. So yeah, we're going to talk about the moon today. I've got an interesting story. Well, I'm not even going to tell the story. I'm just saying there's going to be a few lawsuits going out from me. That's all I can say, man. This town of Assiniboia is going to have a lawsuit in the next week. And I don't even ask for these things. Walmart. Yes, because last Saturday I was shopping at Walmart. I'm not going to explain the story. It's just they're going to have a lawsuit, okay? That's all I'm going to say. I am never going to feel comfortable ever again walking in that Walmart. It is the closest Walmart to me. I have to drive probably over an hour to get to this Walmart. I think about an hour and 10, 15 minutes, give or take. And yeah, so they're going to have a problem. And I will mention it to a few people and complain, post it on the internet, do whatever I have to do. But there is going to be a lawsuit. It's going to be a small one because I'm not going to be waiting this one out forever and ever and ever. This is going to be accomplished within the next few months. And but I will be typing. I already did. No, did I type it up? No, I didn't. But I wrote up the one for the town office here in the Assiniboia town, stating that there's going to be a small lawsuit here too, obviously, because of the last I would call it 2.5, almost 2 years, maybe a little bit less than that, of all the bullshit that's been going on in this town. And you guys do not know the whole complete story. So I'm not going to mention any of it because I will just be ridiculed on why I'm doing it. People will call me a big baby. They will call me many things, but they do not know the full stories. So there's a problem happening here. And yeah, I will be typing out the lawsuit later in this week, along with, well, actually, I need to update it, even though I shouldn't have to, because the things that are being brought up in this town shouldn't even be put on paper. This is where I'm going, guys. Like, there are people that ask me what my resume is for flat earth or truth activism or truth. I do not want to have a 24-hour stream in relation to talking about the past on what I have done for the truth community. So, yeah, there's a lot going on. There has been a lot going on. And I get it. A lot of you guys just whatever. I wish you luck. That's all I can say. I wish you guys luck. I have this statement here, right here. I will put it back here so people cannot, well, they'll probably have to zoom in, but this is my first page. I'm going to try to squeeze all of it. Well, no, maybe I should stretch it out to 2 pages. Yeah, so this is the first page anyways. I'll probably expand this page and then continue on to the next one. But this is the first page for the town office here. I should have that done for next week or later this week, depending on what my plans are. I think I might just kind of hide out for a while because I need to do some thinking on what I have done in the past. And if I want to do anything else for anybody, myself or people around me, I think I'm just gonna sit back for a few days. It's not going to be long. I may not even go anywhere this weekend. I have no idea. I can't. So just try to pay my bills, I guess. Thankfully, the process of the telescope is being transacted back to me. I don't know why I got it in the first place, guys. There's it's a fucked up world you guys live in. I don't want to live in it, so I'm doing something about it. What are you doing about it? If you love living in your fucked up world, then so be it. That's all I can say, man. You guys make me cry. You really do. You make me cry. We're going to go on to the moon because I don't know what the hell it is. There's people out there with some really pathetically stupid suggestions on what the moon is, where it is, how big it is, how far it is, blah, 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 blah. Keep talking, man. Let the dope and the alcohol keep talking.
Blah, 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 blah. You know what? I'm black and 6'6". And I used to play for the Chicago Bulls. And I can run 450 miles an hour. Like, it doesn't matter what I say. I'm just going to fit in with society at that moment, right? I don't even know why the fuck I even care. We are going to move on to talk about hopefully some factual information that I've recorded myself. I will be doing experiments to provide proof of what I'm talking about, because a lot of people, they just had without doing any experiments on what they are talking about. So again, there are many rocks out there in the world, mainly in people's heads, but there are rocks out there on the land that we walk on. And none of you have gone outside to point a flashlight at a rock. I'll say that one more time, just in case the people out there with rocks in their heads cannot think or understand what I'm talking about. You or anybody talking about the moon have never gone out to point a flashlight, a half decent power flashlight, at a rock. Have you? Have you gone out to point a flashlight at a rock in order to ask questions on what the moon could possibly be? And if you think the moon is reflecting sunlight from the sun, you will have to do some experiments providing proof of how that works. Not just talking about it, because talking about your favorite sport team does not make them care more about you or the mortgage that you have to pay for your house. We're going to leave spaces in between my statements for people to think, because I'm not sure that they know how. They do not ask questions. They do not go out and experiment with anything. We need to figure out, if you think the sun is reflecting off the moon, why there are dark spots on the moon. It should be lit up continuously from edge to edge on the moon, not black spots or uneven surfaces that are possibly lit up and possibly not. When the sun supposedly reflects off the moon, does it generally pick out just general spots where to reflect that light off of? A little bit over here, a little bit over here, not so much here, not so much over there. It's very selective if it does. Why are there shadows? Tell me why there's shadows if there's a direct line of sight from the fucking sun. Go and record a boulder in a field. Take your flashlight, your high powers flashlight, whatever the hell it is. Go get us a beam of light from your stadium, the football stadium. Take those 5,000 watt light bulbs. Shine it at the rock in the field, out in the country, and allow that rock to illuminate the entire field by reflecting that flashlight off the rock. Can anybody please join me in learning how to ask questions and think critically? Please. This is how I went from bullshit P1000 to recording actual stars, because I question things and I want to learn and move forward. Everybody wants to hover around this Antarctica bullshit. Okay, I don't even care about it, guys. I don't care. Antarctica is dead. It's done. Are we going to talk about this for the next 2 years? Because I can't produce any more content. I need to talk about stories that I cannot perform myself. I can't do anything about anything. I just, what is it? What is it, guys? I'm going to go somewhere tomorrow and just do nothing. I need to like get away from here and just think about what I'm doing in relation to whatever, guys. You need to show me that you care about truth. That's all I'm asking, man. I don't think people get it. I really don't. Anyways, we're going to move on to my footage of the moon. There has been times when I have recorded crazy things. Because why? Because I go outside and record it. It's right there in the fucking sky, guys. It's not hard to miss. You can see it with your own 2 eyes, can't you? Well, maybe you can't, because I don't know if you do know what outside looks like. I don't know if you actually walk through your door to your apartment or your house or where you live. I have no idea. But I was going through my old footage. For those of you who do not watch any of my footage of anything I do, I do end up recording lots of wonderful things for people to watch and view and hopefully ask questions. Whenever it was, 1.5 years ago, I don't know, I can't remember. I'm just going to bring up the video. I don't care what YouTube says, because they're always off by a month or 2 anyways. I was recording the moon out in the country, okay? Now, near the end of this video, there was a conversation happening in the video. I was not talking. I was not talking to myself. I was not talking to the mosquitoes that were flying around me. I was not talking to my car. I was not talking to the turbine in front of me, the turbine windmill. I was not talking to that. And it was not talking to me. I was not talking to the ground. The ground was not talking to me. I was not talking to the tripod my camera was on. The tripod was not talking to me. Okay, so there was a conversation happening at the end of this video, and I will show it to you. You can put it on closed captioning if you want, because the word frequency, reception came up in the conversation. There was a guy laughing as if he was standing right in front of me, okay? For those of you who have not watched or paid attention to this video, I will play it right now. It still boggles my mind. If you guys have earphones or headsets, I would highly recommend cranking up the volume. This is nuts. I have no explanation for it whatsoever. After we watch it, I will be asking a lot of questions. A lot of them are going to be hypothetical or theories or wacko job questions, but you've got to go somewhere with this one because it's absolutely nuts and has not been manipulated in any way. It has not been manipulated by overlaying videos or cross-referencing another video with another video with another video with this, that, or the other. Nothing has happened from my point of view or from my side. I was recording the frickin' moon out in the frickin' country. All right. So I will bring that video up just in a few seconds here, and we will watch it through, and then I will point out where, well, of course, it's in the title of the video, of where this conversation was happening in the frickin' video. Just give me a second here. I got to get my history. I just played it yesterday. So it should be there. There was someone talking, and then there is a pause, and then there is giggling. So let's bring this. And I will get with the chat in just a minute, just in case somebody tries to give me shit about not knowing how to run my own YouTube channel. All right, we've got Sandro. We've got Ryan. What's happening? We got the Jolly Man. We got Tarot. We've got, oh my God, I got to redo this. Okay, 25. So we've got Big Back. I Stand, I guess. ZH Kane, JFK, Big Back, Dr. Evils, and yes. Yes, Sam said you heard voices from the moon. Yes, this is absolutely nuts. I am not pulling your legs. I am not trying to hoax anything whatsoever. I need somebody with like video editing skills, a radio broadcaster to analyze my footage of this moon, because you will hear it. Let me make sure the volume is up even on my computer. Yeah, and YouTube's volume is up. So let's get to the video. We will play it through. And again, in the title, it shows from about 3 minutes and 22 seconds on. There is laughing and someone talking, and there is kind of a pause. So it's very, very interesting, folks. And you can hear the buzzing of the mosquitoes, and that's about it, because there is nothing else happening. And my car is running at the time, so you'll hear my engine. Good day, good day, good day. We're just filming the moon here. Hopefully the channel is still going tomorrow, and I'll post this video up. It's currently Monday evening. And I'm going to start being a little blunt on YouTube, stating the facts and the actual truth. For those of you trying to gain employment or retirement from YouTube funds, I wish you luck. Someday you'll come to terms and actually talk about the real truth.
and get out, do some fucking experiments instead of wasting my time. So yeah. Fucking damn mosquitoes. So yeah, just like every other moon footage, it's basically the same. I think I recorded this once before this. That little hook, whatever that looks like, or whatever the deal is there on the moon. Freaking mosquitoes. It'd be a nice night to shoot the laser at the moon, but
Okay, guys, I'm going to warn you right now. I would highly recommend cranking your volumes. It will not be hard to miss. You will notice a conversation happening from time to time for the next 25 seconds or so, 20 seconds.
so yeah. So yeah.
So you guys are listening to what I'm listening to. We will put the closed captioning on, and you will notice that the see, you can see that the word reception comes up in the translation there because it sounds like somebody is standing right beside me. And so we've got, where was that one there? Yes, this is, I'm the only one who actually produces their own content. So yeah, this is my video. Where was that other one there? Sandro, good to see you there. I got to go back to, where was the message about Flat Earth Fokker? Where did that go? Yes, I knew Flat Earth Fokker, if that's what the question was.
So yeah, so yeah, have a good one.
So again, yeah, hopefully you guys were hearing that. I will show you guys, because that's what I do. I show you the facts. Oops. Let's bring this up, and I will... a strong man, forehead kiss. I will show you folks where exactly I was so I can prove that there was no voices coming from anywhere. Of course, I did not hear those voices myself. If I did, I would take myself to the hospital, because that should not be happening to anybody. So we've got to go on to this one here. So I was located, you can see where I was, out in the country, nothing around me. Nobody was down the road or near me talking. I was basically sitting right here. If we can get rid of these lines here. Why is this different than before? So I think I was somewhere in this area right here. I was along this road right here recording the moon. I think I may have been right at this intersection possibly, but I think probably somewhere in here. Either here or over here, but somewhere along this road is where I was located. And you can see from every direction, there was nobody around me whatsoever. And I did go back there and do a long range test. I did set up my camera right here on the tripod, press record. I recorded it with my P1000. I drove all the way back to here. I think I even drove to this farm here to see if this camera that is over here could hear my voice when I was talking from the car, and nothing was recorded on the camera at the time from this location. So something mysterious is happening. There is a not a cell phone tower. Where's that radio tower? There is a radio tower somewhere. Ah, right there. So there is a radio tower right there. I am not sure how I would even pick up any signals from that thing by recording with my P1000. That's absolutely ridiculous. People would be recording voices every day that they're out recording stuff. So there we go. We have that first video, which is absolutely insane. When I listen to it with my earphones, it blows me away, guys. So, are those crop circles? No. It's called farm equipment. It's called a fucking combination unit. Okay, moving on to, what's my other one? I don't know. I got lots, guys. We can sit here all day and show moon videos. Oh, why? Because I have content of my own. That's right. High five. I don't use other people's content or other things in the news to waste your time. I would like to show you actual footage that I've recorded, because I can prove and I can talk about what I have recorded. Correct, guys? That's how it works. I don't blab on about Antarctica because it's freaking dead. I don't care. Oh, let's talk about Antarctica for 3 or 4 hours every fucking weekend. Okay. Hey, Johnny, what's your opinion on Antarctica? It's fake. Oh, what about you, David? Oh, is it fake? Oh, okay, let's talk about that for 4 hours now. Yeah, we all know it's bullshit. Move on. Eesh. Yeah, so we'll have to figure out where that noise came from in the video. Again, for those of you who don't ask questions, that's not my first time recording with my P1000. I've recorded hundreds of videos, and I should have hundreds of voices on every video if it was from here. A radio tower, a cell phone tower, CB radio, walkie-talkie, someone standing beside me and talking. None of that came up, okay? So I would sure love to go back out there to that same position, that same area within 50 feet, and try to accomplish that again. Maybe I was in an alignment of, I don't know. Why would they talk about reception? Maybe it is a radio signal from somewhere. I don't know. But it was weird. The guy's laughing as if he's standing right beside me. Okay, so why is he laughing and mentioning reception? And I can't pick out any of the other words, but I don't know, man. The other thing is, I don't like talking about theories or belief systems. I like dealing with facts. I have no idea what the moon is. Maybe we can bounce things off of it, but it ain't lasers. I know I can point my laser at it and get my laser beam to bend, but you're not bouncing maybe you can bounce radio signals off it. I don't know. But why would we do that? It's continuously moving. It would be hard to keep up with it all. We'd always have to keep adjusting something. See, again, now my brain's going. So yeah, let's move on to the next video. I'm not sure anybody's in there that really needs to come talk, so I don't need to put the thing in there. I could put the link in there anyways. Where did it go? Invite. And just in case somebody wants to come say hi, because we are talking about some crazy ass videos here. So let's, I got to get the other video here. Let's get another one. Wondering which ones I want to do. Man, I can only sit down for so long, man. And so we will go to, there we go. That's where I want to go. This one is crazy. They just keep getting more and more crazy, right, guys? Because that's what I do. I aim to please. I love showing you my actual content here. So this one we don't need so loud. So we will view and witness some wonderful plasma wave-like action at the top of the moon here. Something happening. So again, we will go back and forward and go frame by frame. These are not heat waves. The moon is high in the sky. And of course, I have recorded the moon hundreds of times, and I've never seen this other than on the lunar eclipse in 2022. So something is happening here that is out of the norm. Polky, it's good to see you there, Calder. Yes, the two guys created those crop circles. Yes, I knew that way back in the 90s, man. I've been awake my entire life, so I've known all that crap. I knew about 9/11 when it happened. It was bullshit. I know about all that stuff. I am not new to this. What the fuck? I've never seen this before. Not sure what you mean by the moon rising upside down. Not sure what you mean by that. It's not, see, okay, so I'm going to have to explain the moon here too. Wow, seriously, guys, I've never seen this before. That moon is moving like there's waves. I have never seen that before. Yeah, I know. Look, I've never seen this before. It looks like heat waves or something on the moon. I gotta keep adjusting this, but I'll do what I can. Why is this thing not focusing now? What the hell? There we go. All right. The moon appears to be upside down, but it's not upside down. This is a horrible example, but I should have a moon. I need one of those moon lamps. That's what I need. I need a moon lamp. I need a moon lamp. If I had any money, it would be good. Okay, here's your moon. Here it is over here. Well, it's doing this, okay, throughout the night. It's rotating like this as it goes through the sky, okay? Of course, over like 12 or 16, 18 hours, it's doing this. So when you can travel through the night sky in an airplane and see when you land, it's doing this. It's not upside down. It's just rotating as it goes through the sky. And it's not spinning. The moon is not spinning. It's rotating through the sky like this. And what? It's either moving faster or slower than the sun. Okay? It's not going thousands of miles an hour. It is moving very, very slowly. 1,000 miles or less. Or let's say just kilometers an hour, because that's how I reference things for distances, right, guys? Kilometers an hour. Beautiful. Oh, how far do you live? Oh, about 60 kilometers. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, guys. Patterns of the face of the moon from Sydney. They're spun around, so it looks upside down to me. Yes. How flat is your brain? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yo, said my name correctly. Thanks. Cut. I said your name correctly? I don't even know how to say it. Calder Vasold. Calder Vasold. And where would Calder be from? It ain't Saskatchewan, I can tell you that much. Okay, moving on to the next. So yeah, for those of you who came in late, here's part 1 of 2 letters. This is I've got 3 lawsuits coming up, man. One for town of Assiniboia, 100%. I am not putting up with this bullshit anymore. And now Walmart. I'm not explaining Walmart because I don't need the backlashing, okay? Walmart is going to be sued for very quickly, not for millions of dollars. Just I'm going to let them know that this is not going to happen. So, yeah, anyways. Well, the main one, which I've already put my papers into in what's the term? Registered mail, my lawsuit to Canadian Space Agency, town of Assiniboia, and now since Saturday, Walmart. I'm just going to switch my shirt here, guys. And of course, these wonderful t-shirts are available on my t-shirt website. They're absolutely perfect. Wonderful. Well, the one and only Star Sirius. Even Globies buy my t-shirts. Now, isn't that weird? I must be doing something right. And so, yeah. All right, we need another video. Now, again, we are talking about the reason why I'm talking. Brenda, yes, okay. So let's talk, shall we? Yes, Brenda, what's happening?
How are you doing, Mike?
I don't know, psychologically or mentally, I have no idea. I can't answer that right now, but
That's okay.
yeah.
Did you get your signs back?
Yes, I did. I got them back yesterday. Just let me turn up the volume here. I gotta,
Okay.
so I can. You're talking fine. I just turned my volume down. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got them back. I'm glad you got the signs back. That was not a nice thing for the kids to do.
Yeah. No, that was but I don't know. Yeah. Again, whatever. I got them back, and I'll just let whatever. I don't know what the RCMP are doing about it, but I did. When I talked to the RCMP yesterday, they were mentioning how pathetic it is here in this town. It really is. And even when she went to the high school to talk to the principal to try to figure things out, the principal was not even that appreciative of trying to respect the RCMP by giving her the information. So it just goes down the tubes or down the lines of people here. Just
That isn't how those kids should act in public like that. They should not like that.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't hear you there. You're sound like a tunnel there.
Well, I'm on my phone and it's not a very good mic.
Yeah, no, that sounds good.
That is not how they should act.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly.
And your lawsuit against the Canadian Space Agency is coming along?
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to review the papers, and then they have to get back to me and send me the link so I can start paying for the services and stuff like that. Yeah.
Honestly, I think that they'll just reject it. I don't think it'll get to trial.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Well, I know it won't go to trial because it'd be a waste of their time to take it to trial.
Oh. So
Because they would have to come up with some like pretty good evidence of what they're trying to portray, and they won't be able to do it.
no, I don't think it'd be trivially easy to prove you wrong. But
well, yeah,
I just
how would that happen? Just by talking or by showing the evidence?
showing evidence, yeah,
Of what?
of whatever. I don't know the specifics of your claim. If you're claiming that it's CGI, then you need to prove that.
Well, that's easy. Yeah.
Now, how would you do that?
Well, I would go to the videos produced by NASA and the agencies that manipulate the footage of galaxies, like they're actually put together with computer software. You've never seen those, right? They've actually shown how they do that on computers.
Yeah, that's just called a false image. That's what they do.
Yeah, I produce real images, but I don't falsify my stuff.
That's not what they mean. But it couldn't be NASA. It would have to be Canada.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm going to go after NASA after this too. So
yeah, but the evidence that they would show would have to come from Canada.
Yeah,
not NASA.
Yeah, and then when I go to NASA, they'll have to produce their own cartoons, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, so when they colorize images, that's not faked image.
So when we look at all these pictures from these Canadian space agencies, how come there's no, like, they're all there, like the stars, the galaxies are all at the same level of the stars? Why aren't the stars over here and the galaxies over here? Like, how come there's no?
Well, they are far away.
No, not in the pictures. They're not.
Yeah, well, it's not something you can see with your eyes.
Yeah, I know, but they're taking pictures of them supposedly.
Yeah, but they can tell distances by redshifting in the spectrum of the light that comes from the stars.
Yeah, but there is no depth. They're all just right there.
Yeah, that's true. There's no depth, right? Because all you're getting is points of light.
I thought there was different distances. Like
they are different. They are different distances.
No, they're all they're all stuck to the firmament.
Well, that's your claim. But
Yeah, well, because I've recorded it, so that's kind of good when you take shit to court. I've got like actual physical evidence.
you don't have evidence of a firmament.
Oh, absolutely, I do. Absolutely.
That's just noise from the CCD in the camera. That's just noise.
Again, you can show me your pictures that show the noise. Okay, you can go and do that and bring them back to me.
Well, that's what your pictures show is because you put the iPhone into night mode, right?
What about the videos that I'm recording? You see, the thing is, no space agency will show me a video of a galaxy. I'm showing videos of the firmament and pictures because there is a surface there that the stars are connected to. You can physically see that.
No, that's the noise.
How would the noise go behind the star, not in front?
It goes around them. It's in the. It doesn't go behind them.
No, again, you'll have to show me your pictures and then we can just compare. Yeah, that'll work.
Well, our pictures are what you see. They're tiny pinpricks of light.
No.
Sometimes they only get like a single photon at a time.
Sure. Again, what have you done? You keep repeating about what other people have done. What have you done? The doctor at the hospital has done brain surgery today. Does that mean I did that too?
So that means that you could know things about the brain.
Yeah, on Johnny McEnroe down the street here.
Yeah. So the fact that they did it means I can cite them. I can say what they did.
But but I want to see your footage.
It doesn't matter if I haven't done anything.
So I can show anything from NASA as my own as evidence of what?
It would be evidence for a claim that you're making about stars. Yes.
And it would be proven wrong in court.
No.
We've already won twice in court, flat earthers. We've been ruled the winners.
So I could cite photographs from NASA of Jupiter as evidence in court.
Yeah, but one of us is going to be correct.
Huh?
One of us is going to be correct. We can both have evidence of somebody murdering somebody, but only one of us is going to be correct.
Right. That would be decided by the strength of the evidence. And my evidence is stronger. I would show that, for instance, Jupiter's red spot moves, showing that Jupiter is rotating.
No, okay, but show us a time lapse of that. Actual video, no, not computer generated one, an actual one from space.
Yeah, that's easy to get from NASA.
Easy to get.
Why not?
There's
JPEGs. There's movies of Jupiter's red spot moving.
Yes, pretty movies.
Yes, that's evidence.
I know. It's all good. See, I'm like 1,000% confident in what I'm doing because I figured it out. So I'm good. I'm good with what you want to say.
That's fine, but confident.
Why don't we go to court? Why don't you and I go to court and we'll talk about this and we'll come up with.
We don't have a dispute. We don't have a legal dispute. I actually kind of like you, Mikey. You're a personable person, and we're just talking about flat Earth. We don't have a legal dispute.
Okay, well here's the question. So why does it matter to you what I'm doing?
It matters to me what flat earthers are doing because they're spreading lies.
Oh, so water bends then?
Yes, of course.
When at rest, it bends?
Yes.
How?
Have you seen water?
Have you seen a boat go up a curve of water?
Water
is formless. It cannot form itself. Water is formless. It's a natural property of water. You cannot form water into a shape.
Of course you can.
No.
Absolutely you can.
No.
I can show you all kinds of shapes that water has.
Let me read it to you here. Yes, water is often described as formless because it takes the shape of its container. When you pour water into a cup, it becomes the cup. Interesting how that works. Thank you.
Yeah, so yes, and when you put it onto a sphere like the Earth, it becomes the sphere.
No.
Yes.
See, in the container.
Yes, the Earth is a container.
What?
Yes.
A ball is a container?
Yes.
How? What?
It has gravity.
No, we can't talk about that because that's just nonsense.
Why not?
I'm
That's
sorry.
our argument. So we can talk about our argument is that the Earth's gravity forms water into a spherical shape all around the Earth.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's our claim.
I guess so. And the claim is wrong.
Well, you'd have to show that. You can't.
I can't. Well, I can't show either one. But I know that
Yes,
water
you
just can't pull itself to a ball.
Why not?
Because it
It's
needs
not.
a container. It needs a container.
Well, that's your claim, but we can show you that the Earth.
That's the facts. It says right here. Because it used to be shape of its container.
Yes, the Earth is a container.
No, it's a ball.
Yes.
The inside of a ball is a container. Not
The
the exterior.
yes, no, the exterior can be a container because the Earth has gravity that holds the water to the
I
surface.
know. And I'm 6'6" in black, and I play for the Chicago Bulls.
No, but it's not what I'm saying. Isn't that?
I'll paint my here. I got a black marker here. I can make it a little bit
I
brown.
would suggest you not put black marker on your face. But the Earth's gravity holds the water
No,
in a curve all the way around the Earth. That's our claim.
no,
And just incredulity isn't the response.
no, it's
Gravity holds water in a spherical shape to the Earth. That's
How do coastlines flood on a ball? Can you show me how that works?
how did they flood?
How do they flood on a ball? Like, does the water bulge out?
Flood.
How does it bulge? How does it, like, the coastlines flood? How does Florida coastline, which is bent, remember, how does that coastline flood?
I don't know what you mean, but you mean when there's a lot of rain? What are you talking about?
When it floods, when there's a hurricane, how does it flood?
The wind pushes the water.
On a curve.
Yes, the wind pushes it. That's what storm surge. That's a storm surge. It's
How
being
does, the
pushed.
river, how does a river flood on a ball? Does it
When-
bulge out? Like if a river goes from north to south, 200 miles, how does that flood?
Because there's more water.
On the hump of earth, it should flood only at the top of the crest of the hill, not the bottom. Maybe the bottom too. I don't know. How does that work?
It works because there's rain or snow melting upstream.
See, bathtubs flood when the water comes up too high. Remember how that works? Because it comes up as a level and then it goes over the edge. But when you have a curved surface, does the water go out like this or does it go out like this? Because if it goes like this, it's going to flood at different areas at different times.
You have more water flowing in the river's canal, and it gets higher. It increases in its elevation above the river bed. It gets
Okay.
deeper. The water
What
gets
about-
deeper because
What about Hoover Dam? How does that work?
what do you mean? How does it work?
Well, it holds back the water
Yes.
and it's level at the top. It's level.
No,
So
it's curved.
But you're not thinking on a curved surface. You've got this wall here. Remember, on a curved surface.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, but the water is going to come down and then over the. You guys are hilarious.
That's not how gravity works, Mike.
I know. It just holds it back perfectly over that big wall of concrete.
Yeah, but that's not how gravity works. It goes to the center, not to the outside.
Oh boy.
So hold that pen up next to the jar again.
Yeah. So
Right,
we've
gravity goes to the center of that bottle that you have.
Yeah, but how does it? But it's all going to pool up here, and then it's
No,
gonna,
that's not how. No, it's not. It goes to the center, not down visually.
Oh, that's funny.
A lot of flat earthers have trouble with this concept, right?
We don't have trouble. We understand how it works.
No, you understand wrong, right? Gravity is to the center of the earth.
It doesn't work. Well, no, you're wrong. Well,
Yes,
you have to show a working model.
I'm explaining it to you, right? The gravity pulls everything to the center of that bottle that you held up. It doesn't go down visually. It goes down towards the center of the bottle.
But it's going to pool up at the top of the dam, and then it's going to go over. How does it hold it here at the top, at a slant on a curve? Remember, the water's going this way.
No, it's not going that way. It's going down. It's going down to the center of the bottle that you held up. That's where it's going.
This is entertaining.
And obviously, if you put enough water behind the dam, it will go over the top of the dam, of course. That happens. If there's a lot of rain, the water will go over the top of the dam.
Yeah, and the water goes sideways from the clouds. Yeah.
No, it doesn't go sideways. It goes down.
Yeah,
it goes
down from the clouds that are above us.
No, it goes to the center of the earth, Mike. To the center.
How? The clouds are sideways.
No, but that's the direction of gravity, is to the center. It's not sideways, it's to the center.
Oh, you're funny.
Well, I know. I'm just trying to explain it to you what our model says, and you don't understand our model.
No. I get it.
No, you don't get it. You don't understand how gravity works. It goes to the center of the earth, not sideways.
Gravity doesn't exist, so I'm good.
What?
You're not. You need to. I'm good because I understand how gravity does not work. You know, it's
No, you
just
don't.
theory.
You don't understand how gravity doesn't work.
Folks.
You think it goes sideways. It doesn't go sideways. It goes to the center. Okay?
I guess so. So what's your theory on this thing?
I have no idea what that is.
So
What
the
do you
moon is
think?
a rock, right? The moon's a rock, right?
Well, obviously.
Oh, okay. So what's this? A piece of the rock falling off the moon?
I don't know. It could be an insect. It could be a piece of dust on your lens. How do you know?
Oh, you guys are freaking hilarious.
You know that's all.
Sit there and just think up all these funny things, man.
Well, how do you know it's? How do you know that's not on the moon? How do you know that's on the moon? That's not.
Because there's 10 more of them right here that are attached to the moon, ready to jump off the moon. That's hilarious.
Those are mountains. Those are mountains.
On the moon, off the moon, right there, off the moon.
No, it isn't. It could be a piece of dust. It could be a bug or insect or something. I don't know what it is.
I didn't know bugs could live on the moon.
They're not. It's not on the moon. It would be between you and the moon, Mike.
No, there's more here. There's more there. There's one there, one there, one there, one there, one there.
Well, those are features on the moon.
No, these are the same coils that are jumping off the moon here. You see this? You see those things there? There's multiples of them.
No, I don't see that.
I know. You got to get your lenses corrected there. I understand that. But yeah, no, that's good. It's good.
Well, we can see the mountains on the moon. It has mountains.
How do you claim them to be mountains when you've never been there? Beautiful. I love this. I love this. Blind bugs in space.
They're not in space. They're in the air.
That's where the moon is.
Are you saying there can't be anything between your camera and the moon?
Well, this isn't between. This is on the moon, coming off the moon. You see it
You
right
don't know
there.
that.
It's on the moon. It's right there. On the moon, off the moon. On, off, on, off, on.
No, it isn't. How do you know that? You don't know that.
Yeah, just like you don't know that's a rock. I don't know. You're hilarious.
I can see it. That's fine. That's fine. We can disagree, but You can see the mountains. You can see the craters.
No, there's not. They're
You
not.
can see the craters.
They're concave. They're convex. These freaking things got. Like seriously, the craters are convex, not concave. The moon is shaped like a curved surface, and so are the so-called craters. You're not watching the moon. They're not indents like freaking bowls. Absolutely funny. Oh, did I? Oh, sorry, I accidentally logged you off there. Sorry, what the heck? How did that happen? Anyways, okay, so let's go to.
Right. So when there's a solar eclipse, Mike, you can see the sun peeking through between mountains on the moon.
But it's solid.
Mountains are projections above the surface of the moon, Mike.
How do you see through mountains?
No, between them, in the valleys between them.
Okay, but what's? Oh, you're not seeing this picture.
I'm not talking about your picture.
I know that. No,
I'm talking about what are called Bailey's beads.
Mm-hmm.
Bailey's beads are when you can see the sun peeking in the valleys between mountains on the moon.
Oh, here, this is the video. Yeah, perfect. Okay, let's present that one.
So Mikey, can I?
This right here, that I'm bringing up here. Hopefully, this right here. This is part of a crater. This C-shaped business. Print screen. We're gonna do.
The edge of the crater is high enough to get lit by the sun.
Okay, but what's this part here?
That's just shadow.
That's what?
A shadow.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Again, this is a curved surface here. Where is the indent? Show me the indent to these craters. Actually, I'm going to bring up.
Well, you can see the shadows. That shows this indentation.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so we've got some beautiful pictures here. So this is Polaris. And this over here is a star that has color on the right-hand side. Only I know this, and there's a star right here. And you can tell me what all this other stuff is happening around Polaris during Northern Lights.
That's noise from the
No, what exactly are you talking about? Why does it only happen one time out of 2 years?
Is due to the conditions of that you were taking it.
The one time in 2 years, going out every day taking pictures?
It's chromatic dispersion.
Oh my God, here we go.
And the green stuff is because you put it into night mode. Like you put your iPhone into night mode.
This is a video. This is part of a video. This is not a picture. This is part of a video, buddy.
Right. Did you put your iPhone into night mode?
No, I can't do night mode with video. But I forgot. You know everything about cell phones. I forgot. I totally forgot.
So this is just noise, right?
I guess so, according to you. I guess so.
Yeah. It's because of the filters that you put onto it.
Yes. Okay. So here we go. We got a beautiful picture of the moon here on the right. These are not indents in the
Yes,
moon.
they are.
No, they are not. There has never been one since or ever since the moon was created. There has never one more hole. So no asteroids ever hit the moon anymore, ever again?
So the sun in this picture is coming from the upper left-hand corner, right?
How would you know?
Because you can see the shadow of those craters.
This is a picture from the ground.
From the ground of what? From the Earth?
Yeah.
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 So
So the sun is above the moon?
no, the sun is in that general direction. No, it's not above the moon.
Well, how would these shadows be happening from the top then? Because the sun would have to be on this side, like on the top side of the moon, to create a shadow. It wouldn't be pointing.
It's not.
If it's pointing directly at the moon, there would be no shadows.
It's this surface is not pointing directly at the sun. The sun is far away. The sun is far away.
So we're going to compare these craters. What are these craters?
I don't know what that is.
Well, these are craters.
Are they?
Well, sure, they look like these ones right here.
It doesn't mean that's what they are. I don't know what they are.
These are the same crater shadows as these ones.
Yeah, I don't. Because you put it on that, I don't know what that is.
Well, this is the firmament. This is part of the Milky Way. It's not a galaxy. It's just part of the sky.
Is that just a shadow that you? That's just those are stars, right?
Yep.
So not craters.
No, these are stars. The bright lights. These are craters that have crescent shadows in them.
No, those aren't shadows.
Actually, they are. Thank you. Moving on. They're the exact same shadows as these ones right here. Everything that I'm told you that are facts, you keep saying no. That doesn't work in court. That doesn't work in court. You're going to have to show me your evidence of what you're talking about. Your evidence, not somebody else's, yours.
Yeah, I could get the evidence if this was court, but you didn't even tell me what the left-hand picture was. It was
the firmament.
That's your claim. You don't have any evidence of a firmament.
Well, it's a solid surface there. What else would it be?
Well, what else it would be noise on the camera's sensor.
Again, show me pictures of noise when you're pointing it at the sky. Your pictures of noise, show me that, and we'll compare. Okay, so this again, you're gonna have to show me how this box here shows up with noise, and these lines look like mountain ridges here. These cracks or crevices. This box here, why it shows up.
All of this is due to noise and the algorithms that process.
Exactly. I know, and it should happen in every picture that people take, right? But it doesn't.
No.
Only in certain ones when it's clear out and you've got your magnification tuned up, and yeah, it's all good.
So when you went to the observatory, why did you reject the images they showed you?
They didn't show me anything.
I thought that you saw they showed you some images.
No, they were looking at the moon. I know what the moon looks like. I don't need to look at the moon. They didn't want to show me the stars through that. So I just went outside and showed them myself. And then they didn't know what to say after that. They were confused.
Yeah, they were being polite.
What? Yeah. Polite about what? Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Show me. They didn't want to show me what I was doing.
They didn't want to. They just didn't want to deal with it.
Right?
So I guess. Why don't you use a telescope instead of binoculars?
Because I don't want to see more of the sky. I want to see less of it. I want to zoom in on a star. I don't want to zoom in on the entire sky.
Telescopes can do that.
No, they haven't. No, they don't. No.
Sure they do.
Nope.
No?
Not the big ones. Nope.
Yes, they can. They
No.
can zoom in on a very tiny portion of the sky.
How? You've got a freaking lens 10 inches wide, 12 inches wide. How are you going to zoom in on something that's small? How? This is why we have microscopes, so we can zoom in on tiny things and make them bigger. We don't use a telescope to view a stupid microorganism, a virus going through your saliva. We don't use telescopes.
No, you use a microscope to see viruses.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
The smaller the lens, the better.
But telescopes can
They
zoom
don't
in.
magnify anything. They are not magnifying anything. You're just viewing a larger part of the sky.
That's just not true. That's just not how they work.
What's their magnification? 200 times? Shit, you should be able to see through the firmament. I see more with my binoculars than any telescope would. In precision. In precision, I can zoom in on one star because that's all I care about is the one star, not the entire sky.
Yeah, so you can zoom in on many tiny portions of the
I
sky.
went to two observatories. I went to an observatory here in the southwestern Saskatchewan. I saw more through my binoculars than that stupid telescope. And when I showed them a video of my star, it made the two that were there so uncomfortable that they wanted to leave immediately.
Yes. I'm not surprised.
Yes, because they don't want the truth.
No, it's for a different
What
reason.
I was recording.
It's for a different reason. They felt uncomfortable.
Why? Why would that make them uncomfortable that I showed them what an actual star looks like?
They don't want to have a confrontation. No, people don't like confrontations.
Yeah, because they know
Yeah.
they're lying and they're like, oh, I don't know how to accept.
So
What do I say to that star? What do I do? I should go home and cry.
they just didn't want to have that debate.
So when
With
I go
you.
to court and I don't want confrontation, I just stand up and
Well,
leave.
that will be different. I don't think you will go to court.
Exactly, because they'll just write the check. Thank you. Exactly.
No, there won't be a check. They'll just dismiss it. I think. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, Mikey. I could be wrong.
I know,
but
I
I think-
could be wrong too. Everybody could
Yeah.
be wrong because it's only.
I think they'll dismiss. I think they'll dismiss it. But I don't know.
Are they allowed to do that?
I don't know. I don't know anything about
Exactly. I've done the research. People think I'm so stupid. I'm the only one who has listened to the Globies very, very closely, and they keep giving me suggestions on Mikey. Your stars are out of focus. Your stars are out of focus. When I was using my P900, and then I educated myself. I said, no, let's do this more. We got to think about this. We got to think about what these Globies are saying. And now I've got actual real videos of stars. Okay. Now you guys can keep throwing shit at me and I'll keep taking it and educating myself and just trashing the crap out of you guys. When NASA shows me a real video of galaxies, I will shut my mouth and retire. But no space agency will ever do that. Ever. If you can take pictures of something, you should be able to take a video of it if it's real.
That's not always true.
Oh, not always true.
The-
But
the galaxies
sometimes it is. Sometimes it is.
Galaxies are very far away, and they don't move. because
How can you prove that they're far away?
we can examine?
Have you measured them? Have you measured them or recorded them?
I have not.
I can't hear you. Your phone's going bonkers.
I have not measured them.
Pardon?
I have not measured them.
Exactly. All I know is they're not as far as people tell me.
But the fact that I haven't measured them doesn't mean what I say is wrong, right? We measure their distance by the spectrum of light that comes from them.
Who is we?
People, humanity, the scientific community.
Interesting. Okay, so how come when I phone observatories all over North America, which I've done, and ask them and let them know that I've recorded videos of stars, then they're confused.
Yeah,
they're confused because they think they're millions of miles away, which is bullshit. Bullshit.
No, they just don't want to have to deal with you, Mike. That's all. And then they'll be polite. They'll be polite and say, I gotta go get a cup of coffee or whatever they do.
I have to go research what the hell Mikey's doing. Why is he recording videos?
No, it's not because they're afraid to disclose anything or anything like that.
Of course they
They're
are.
just-
Come on, this is why
they're
we got lying son of a bitches like you and McToon and everybody out there lying and portraying a fake story about this place where we live. I don't know why it even matters to you guys what I'm doing. If I want to sue the Canadian Space Agency, then so be it. Go to bed, have your milk and cookies, and live your life. Who cares what I'm doing? Why does it matter to you that I'm recording actual physical real stars? Why does it matter to you?
I told you why. Because Flat Earth in general distributes lies and misinformation.
Okay, go to bed then. Go to bed, have your coffee, and go to bed then.
Okay. Yeah.
The government lies to us every freaking day of our lives. I still go to bed and wake up every morning and wipe my own ass.
Yeah, it matters. These things, lies matter.
Well, I'm doing something about it. What are
Spreading,
you doing?
they're spreading
What lies are
misinformation.
you talking about? What lies are you talking about? I'm lying? I'm lying to you right now?
That the Earth is flat is a lie.
I'm lying to you by recording actual physical stars.
You're not. You're not.
Okay, thank you.
You're not. You're recording.
What do I do or say when I've actually recorded the star and it's actually physically connected to something behind it? What do I do at that point?
That's not actually what's happening.
No, there's something connected to it. I've actually recorded videos of stars, and there is a surface, the light from the stars reflecting off of something behind the star.
Yeah, you are misunderstanding what you were seeing.
I'm not misunderstanding. I'm actually with my own two eyes.
That doesn't mean anything. You're misunderstanding it because the
you know what? You're misunderstanding what you're talking about. You're misunderstanding how to wear glasses. You're misunderstanding how to brush your hair in the morning. I can say the exact same thing to you. The exact same thing. You're misunderstanding how airplanes work. You're misunderstanding that there is no
airplanes
understanding how gravity doesn't work. You're wrong. You're wrong. Nope. Nope.
Yes.
I'll just be McToon. Nope. Nope. You're wrong. Nope.
Well,
nope. I'll just laugh. Nope. You're wrong. You're wrong, Mikey. No, you haven't recorded the firmament. You haven't. You guys are programmed to say this. The people who have hired you have told you whatever they say, just say no. Say you're wrong, you're no, da 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 da. You don't even look at my footage. Nobody looks at my footage. I have McToon says I haven't recorded the firmament. Of course I have. You can see it in my videos and pictures. You can see that there's a surface there. You're just out there to be programmed to say the opposite of whatever I do. I am a white man, and you can say, no, you're black, Mike. You're wrong. You're wrong. An apple is red or green. No, you're wrong, Mike. Sometimes I've seen pink and purple ones. When you know, you will have no example of it anywhere in civilization ever. I don't know why you guys do this. I don't know why it matters to you. You guys are the lion of this fucking world, and you guys will never shut up. And McToon actually phoned me and even asked me to join your side. I will never join the side of the fucking devil. You guys are fucking pussy lickers, and you lick each other's anuses. You guys are fucking cunts. You guys lie to the fucking world. I have no idea why the fuck you do that. Do you get your jollies out of fucking lying to people? What is your fucking problem? Seriously. Is it because of the way you look? I don't care the way you look. I don't judge you. But you're not going to come after me and tell me that I'm actually recording the firmament and you're telling me that I'm not. Absolute bullshit. You would never win that in court because the judge would say, what the fuck is Mike recording? And he'd be like, what the hell is Brenda even talking about? Brenda is talking out her ass and has no idea what the hell she's even talking about. So good.
Are you done? Are you done?
No, I'm not going to be done until you guys are stop lying to the public.
I told you why.
From the public.
I told you why, Mike. Because it spread lies and it gets people agitated.
I'm not lying. You guys are. Why are you even saying that?
Because it's true.
No, it's not true. You are lying, and it's true.
So you say so.
Yeah, and we can prove it every single day. We have been for the last 10, 12 years. We've been proving that you guys are wrong. Left,
not once.
Center, upside down, or left and right.
Not once. Not once has any flat earther ever shown any evidence.
You keep saying no, we haven't. Yeah. When we have. Why do you keep saying that? Are you in denial?
Because you have not. You don't have.
You can't say that. You have to come up with your own proofs, which you guys do not do.
We do have. We do have our own proofs.
You should record the freaking curvature every day you're outside. Show
us. It is
the
recorded.
Go
It
up in
is
an
recorded.
airplane today, go to your destination, come back, record it twice with your actual phone. Okay,
All of these things
not a
have been
GoPro or a fisheye lens. Okay,
all of
bullshit.
these things have been recorded. There are hundreds of videos about it on YouTube.
No, there's even pilots that say it's flat. You guys are mental, man. Just
They say it's
no,
flat.
there's no pilots that say that. Yes, there is. Yes,
Yeah.
there is, Brenda.
They say it to get rid of annoying people.
You guys have the answers for everything. It is hilarious.
Yeah, you don't understand how gravity works. You showed that earlier. You don't understand how airplanes fly.
You don't understand how shit works either. I can say it back to you.
Yes, but
Yeah,
we
you
can
don't
bring.
understand how gravity works
We can,
either.
but Mikey, we can bring the proof, and we have.
No, you
All
haven't.
you-
No, you haven't.
yes.
No, you haven't. No, no, you haven't. I'm just being Ben McToon. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. No,
All
you're
of the,
wrong.
all of the evidence is on many different globe websites and YouTube channels.
Yes, begin. Eating habits, and that's basically what everybody else should be doing rather than taking medication. So I've been doing quite well with changing my eating habits, staying away from sugar and carbohydrates, obviously. And yeah, I'm just staying with the doctor I have here in Assiniboia. He's a little more helpful than just driving back and forth 2 hours to the city all the time. But yeah. Okay, great. Thank you very much then. Yeah, thanks. Bye bye. You too. Bye bye. Yeah. So, anyways, that was my diabetes doctor.
That was.
Go screw himself.
What do you mean? You should.
Well, I told him I can change my eating habits. I don't need to take medication. Are you kidding me? Medication does not solve the problem. It just kind of levels it out.
Yes.
And then people continue on doing their horrible habits?
Look.
Eating potato chips, drinking pop or soda, which you guys like to call it, down south.
Well,
South is
here,
south, not down, but anyway.
Mikey,
Yeah.
here in Minnesota, we call it pop.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In other parts of the United States, they call it soda, but we call it pop here.
Hey, are you gonna come to? Are you going to Banff with McToon?
No, I don't have the kind of discretionary income to do
Yeah,
that.
I know. Yeah, because he's a hired agent. I know. I get it.
No, he's a professional programmer. He makes good money.
Well, good for him. He's not bringing. What does he have in the U-Haul behind the hearse?
What?
Nothing. That's right. Yes, I win that one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I don't care what kind of money he makes. Again, there's no U-Haul behind the hearse when we die. You're not taking all of the stuff with us. Who cares about money? I don't care.
I wasn't talking about that.
Yeah, you said he makes great money. I don't care. So now I have to judge McToon. Now he makes good
No,
money. Ooh,
Mikey, I was just saying that he has enough money to make trips like that, and I do not have enough money to make discretionary trips like that. That's all I was saying.
Yeah.
I wasn't making a judgment about people being better persons because they make more. I wasn't saying anything like that. Just that he has an ability that I don't have.
Mm-hmm. And we should not be judged due to that, correct?
Correct.
Good.
I wasn't judging though.
Yeah, I wasn't saying you were judging. I'm just saying that we don't need to mention that anybody makes good money. Who cares? Like,
Well, if you don't care, then there's nothing wrong with mentioning that. You know, somebody in this position makes a fair amount of money. I don't no idea how much. Right?
Yeah.
And
good for him.
I'm retired on Social Security. I don't make a whole lot.
Yeah.
So you should do what your doctor tells you though, and you should take medication.
I guess
Because
so.
it
was
would help.
in the hospital a couple of years ago for 6 or 7 days. I had high sugars. And
Yes.
guess what they fed me for breakfast? Toast and cereal. Toast is carbs, which turns to sugar. Cereal's packed with sugar. Why would they feed me that way.
Yeah,
They should be giving me
I know.
eggs, which are natural protein. Bullshit. All they want to do is feed your head with junk and garbage and give you more medication and charge you more money. That's all they want to do. You know what pharma means?
It's not
You know
true,
what pharma means?
Mike. Doctors actually care about their patients. Doctors and nurses really do. And they know.
None of them are fixed.
What?
None of them are fixed.
What?
Take this medication. If this doesn't work, I'll give you more medication. You think medication is the problem solving to this world?
Medication can treat your diabetes, Mike.
But it doesn't solve it.
That's correct.
Thank you. I need to change my eating habits in order to change that.
That
And then guess what? I go away from medication. Bye-bye.
changing your eating habits won't solve your diabetes. It
So I
just
can
treats it.
continue on eating 3 bags of chips a day and eating pot, drinking pop all day?
I didn't say that. I said changing your diet is simply part of treating diabetes in addition to the medication.
Yeah. And eventually solving the issue.
No, you can't actually solve it.
Actually, you can. There has been people that
Rest-
for diabetes.
No, not really.
Well,
You
actually,
can
there has been.
it can be treated so that you can live a normal life, but there's no solution to it.
Hmm.
It's because your body doesn't produce the insulin correctly.
Yeah, but I take insulin.
Right.
Good.
You take insulin?
Yippers. Right there.
Well, that's good. What medication was your doctor trying? Well, we should probably get off this anyway.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't want to. I mean, if you don't, if you're comfortable,
Remember,
but
I don't lie. When I say something about my life, it's meaning. And there's my insulin right there. It's what's it
Good.
called? Traceba.
I'm glad to see that you take insulin now and then.
Yeah, and I don't make shit up. I don't lie to the public. I don't do that kind of thing. So when I record
Yeah.
things, I give it to the public as factual information because that's what it is. I'm not going to lie.
You misunderstand. You misunderstand the photographs that you're taking. They're not of the firmament.
Nope. Okay, so I went to Vegas late February, and there was a lady that met up with me and the other person at the hotel there, and she was a photographer, okay? She knew nothing about my pictures and how to describe them, okay? So that was the one. There was another one at some point. Who else was a photographer? I've been met up with 2 or 3 of them, okay? There is an actual, I can't remember his email, but he's been emailing me about me going on to his show. He is a documentary producer, and he knows how to run his computer software, and he's been doing this for many years. He is asking me to go on to his show and explain my videos and pictures to him. And I would love to have these people even in court with me, and I would blow everybody away. Okay, the judge would not know what to do. He would have to have toilet paper beside him because he'd shit his pants every 10 minutes. And nobody in that courtroom would be able to explain what I record. Okay.
It's easy to. But there's a mismatch between the lenses in the binoculars and the lenses in your iPhone.
Experiment on how that is working when you talk and open your mouth.
Because you can never,
that and show me what is happening in relation to what you're talking about.
right. So you never perfectly align the lenses, and that's creating this
How do you know
chromatic
that?
distortion. Also,
You're hilarious. You probably go up to a mechanic shop and say, "Hey, are you sure you're fixing those brakes properly? You're all misaligning this stuff. You do not know what you're doing."
yeah, this is not comparable to that.
you just say the opposite. Of
Yeah,
no
but
matter what I say.
you're not a mechanic.
How do you know I'm not? How do you know that? You just assume shit left, right, and center.
Yes, you're not. In this analogy, you're not an astronomer, right? If I went up to an
have
astronomer,
to have those credentials. The actual astronomers aren't even astronomers. Are you kidding me?
I'm pretty
They're
sure.
showing you bullshit. I have videos, manipulated videos from TikTok and YouTube of people with these ginormous telescopes overlaying stars into their footage. They are overlaying it. It's not even a natural video, guy. Like, seriously, this is nonsense. I don't know where you guys are coming from. I don't know why you have to lie and just bullshit about everything. It's bullshit, and you can see it with your own two eyes. And
So
yet, I'm wrong.
Yes, because I wouldn't take TikTok as being authoritative of
An
astronomy.
actual astronomer is doing it. I don't know where.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
I know you don't know what I'm talking about because I'm actually talking
don't.
about truth.
No, you're not. You're talking about some video you saw on TikTok that you don't understand.
And YouTube that I don't understand.
Yes, yes.
Do I
And
understand?
your own videos, your own pictures, you don't understand because you're not a mechanic. You're not an astronomer.
Oh, you are. If you ever want to come on and make me laugh, go ahead. I love it. It's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, I don't know, man. It's sad. It's actually very sad.
What's sad?
The way you do things. It's just like unbelievable. Like you just accept any bullshit from anybody. Like
No, I don't.
True Astronomy, NASA, all this flipping garbage. Like you can see that I don't even have my magazines in the house. They're in the car. It's just freaking bullshit, man. Like
I can tell the difference between bullshit and.
well, you can't.
Yeah,
You can't tell bullshit from NASA bullshit or the bullshit that comes out your ass. You can't tell the difference.
Yeah, I can.
Brown coming out your ass and it's brown coming out their ass. Unbelievable. I don't even know how you go to sleep thinking like this. I don't.
Well, it's based on other things that I know and my education.
No.
And so I can tell the difference.
I don't care about your education. Again, why are we bragging about things? I don't care about your education. Education means nothing. Education means you've been indoctrinated to think something else rather than think for yourself. Okay, I know how to think for myself. I know how to question things. I know how to figure things out. People think I'm very stupid. I'm far from being stupid, man. Wow. I would love to take every space agency to court any day of the week. Any day of the week.
That's not what education is. That's what you do to yourself. You indoctrinate yourself. Education is learning. It's not indoctrination.
What are you learning? What are you learning?
Things about facts about physics, biology, chemistry, mathematics. That's what you learn in school. That's what you learn in school.
I never learned that shit.
Yeah, that sounds like a you problem. Sounds like a you problem.
Why would I take physics?
Sounds like a you problem.
Maybe I'm stupid now that I don't know physics, right?
Ignorant, maybe, not necessarily stupid. If you don't know something, you're ignorant about it, right?
But I'm willing to learn and educate myself.
You're not, though. I explained to you how gravity works. It pulls things to the center, not off to the side. And you didn't, and you rejected that.
But again, you're not showing me anything. You're just talking.
Yes, we normally don't have to explain it to people with pictures.
Show me an example of what you're talking about.
So do you think that ships at the South Pole should fall off and go down?
I don't know your concept there. I don't understand because you think you live on a ball. Yes, they would fall off the ball.
No, that's the problem.
That is the problem because there are no videos of ships upside down in Antarctica.
Yeah, because all you have to do is turn upside down to do that, right?
There are no planes flying sideways to Paris from Canada.
Yeah, this is you not understanding how gravity works.
I don't care about gravity. The plane has to fly sideways around your ball.
No, it doesn't.
It's always below the plane, moron.
No, it's always right side. It's always right side up, Mike.
Exactly, because the ground's always below it. Planes
No, it's
level. Thank you.
Because of gravity, Mike.
Oh, you and your gravity. Oh, hey guys, let's continue on. I'm trying to get through these videos here. Jesus flipping hell. Anyways, what's my next video here? Let's get rid of this. Whew, I'm hot. What day is today? Monday? Did I do what I wanted to do? Oh yeah, so whatever. Anyways, I can't. I gotta go get my globe. Where's my globe? I gotta get my globe in my airplane. Oh. That's the answer to everything. The gravity. Here, watch. You want to watch gravity? Watch this. Woo! Oh, here. Watch my toilet paper here. Woo! That's weird how the air cannot support it. Oh, fracking. Unbelievable. But that's weird. Hold on. I can take this, drop it above a lake or even my bathtub. It will come and hit the surface of the water, but yet it won't go any further than the water for some reason. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because the water is more dense than this is. I forgot. Ding! Anyways, ZH Kane, I'm stacking. Yeah, I'm taking. Yes, astrophotography does that a lot. Take 1,000 almost. Indicanal pics. All right, guys. Yeah. Anyways, talking about the moon here. What are we going to talk about now? Let me just check my pictures here. And I've got many pictures. Here's the crescent. Let's go to pictures here. Just give me a minute or two here. Tons of pictures here. Some of them are personal, but we will just skip through some here and see what we can do. Oh, that's funny how people tell me what I'm. It's nonsense. Moon. All I got is a billion pictures of stars here. Well. Well. Okay, what was that? We got pictures there. Screenshot of what's this? Yes. Okay, that's a good one. Let's skip to this one. Why does it do that all the time? Well. Yeah, they're Oh, I love that response to how those astronomers were leaving the observatory. Anyways, let's zoom in here to the frickin' so-called moon. It's supposedly a rock. All right. So we will see if we can find any indented craters here, even though supposedly the surface of the moon is convex. And yet no indent here. It just looks like a dried up lake bed. And here's another one. This one kind of went into the ground supposedly, or the surface of the moon, but I guess it only went halfway, maybe from erosion from the wind covered it back up. I don't know. Again, all these damn facts that I got. And again, these so-called craters, there has never been any more or less since the moon was there. So I'm not sure if the meteorites or meteors are missing the moon all of a sudden. The moon's not in the way, or there's a kind of a boxy area here. That's kind of interesting. Not sure what created these lines. Maybe they can explain that. So yeah, what is the moon? These ones look like they're pretty dark there in the center. So again, if the sun was hitting the moon, not sure why this dark spot is here, this dark spot is here, it should be all lit up. And I understand, well, it's a curved surface, Mike. I know it's supposedly curved. I know, but this is still out here where the bright stuff is. There is bright sunlight hitting here, but not here. No sunlight here, but bright over here, okay? Nobody is learning to think. Just not sure exactly how that's working. You know what it is? This is illuminating itself. This sand or surface, whatever it is illuminating itself. Bioluminescence. Yes. Yes. It's called real good engineering. Ground positioning system. Absolutely. And you know what? We can go to there is a picture here that I'd like to show you folks, showing that there is a surface that the stars are connected to, okay? You can see that there is a surface or something being generated here behind the star. You can see this white dot, which could be the surface of the firmament, but I think the surface dips down like almost like icicles and starts to create the star. But I think this is part of the firmament here too. There's obviously a surface behind here that you can see, and it is just being illuminated too bright on this one here to see this surface here. You can see that with your own two eyes. If you don't, I would highly recommend getting your prescription changed, and we'll go from there. So again, we will move on to, where's my other good one? So this has been edited a little bit just to bring out the color a little bit. And again, there's something here. See, this here could be noise. Yes, I would agree with that. These white dots, but this is only because I edited the contrast in order to bring out this surface here. And there you go, folks. And if we do Polaris, I think this, where's my good Polaris one? This one, yeah, so this is, it could be this one, but then still see, you can see that it's coming to a point here, and you can see this point of light in the videos and pictures most of the time. And yes, you can see what's going on here. Beautiful, beautiful pictures. And again, chromatic aberration does not outline, create, image, does not create the, like it's, what's what I'm trying to come up with. Chromatic aberration does not create image, like structures. Okay, so you can see that there's sharp edges on this, and yeah, absolutely beautiful. But anyways, moving on. I think I need to take a break because my legs are getting sore, and got to keep moving, guys. Moving for the grooving. How can let's see, there is no cell phone tower. Oh my god. There are towers out in the ocean, actually. Oh boy, people just don't do the questioning or the research. Where's the firmament in the last moon picture? Well, the moon is not connected to the firmament. Oh man, that Canadian Space Agency. You know what? I hope we do go to trial. Absolutely. Bring it on, bitches. Let's bring it on. Anyways, guys, I can't handle some of these moronic questions. Yeah. What time is it? 2:00. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Peace out. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, working it, baby. Have a good one. Talk to you soon.